Massive updates to the Trump is banned from social media situation. Trump has announced that he is suing Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and their CEOs. The speech is about 30 minutes long, and it's very Trump-like, so I went through it and condensed it down to the most important parts for you. And before I show that video, I want to ask you guys to like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below with what you think about this situation.
Thank you, everybody. I just want to say that I stand before you this morning to announce a very important and very beautiful, I think, development for our freedom and our freedom of speech, and that goes to all Americans. Today, in conjunction with the America First Policy Institute, I'm filing as the lead class representative a major class action lawsuit against the big tech giants, including Facebook, Google, and Twitter, as well as their CEOs, Mark Zuckerberg, Sundar Pichai, and Jack Dorsey. Three real nice guys. Social media has given extraordinary power to a group of big tech giants that are working with government, the mainstream media, and a large segment of a political party to silence and suppress the views of the American people. And they've been very, very successful at that. Not in all cases, but in many cases, totally successful. While the social media companies are officially private entities, in recent years they have ceased to be private with the enactment and their historical use of Section 230, which profoundly protects them from liability. Once they got Section 230, they're not private companies anymore in a lot of views. No other companies in our country, and even in our country's history, have had protection like this. It's, in effect, a massive government subsidy. These companies have been co-opted, coerced, and weaponized by government and by government actors to become the enforcers of illegal, unconstitutional censorship.
This is a complicated but incredibly interesting situation as far as I'm concerned. Let's break it down a little bit. So Section 230 is used to protect social media companies from things that people do and say on those social media platforms. Trump's legal team's argument, which is the lawyers for the tobacco industry, by the way, really good lawyers. Their argument is that this essentially makes them no longer private entities because they have these massive protections, and that no companies in the history of America have had protections like these. So it's almost as if they're some sort of section of the government. It's an interesting argument. I don't know if it's going to hold up in court, but I do believe this discussion needs to be had. It doesn't matter if it's Trump leading it or anyone else. I believe that social media has a lot of power, and we're reaching a point in time where we kind of have to ask some questions on how we're supposed to live in this new world and navigate this. Social media is so powerful. It's how human beings are connected. It's almost as if like human interaction is just owned by big tech companies. And the fact that they can just remove someone from the platform, especially someone like a world leader, right? They've done that a couple times now. It raises the question on how much control is too much control for one company over the lives of all humans, essentially. But on the other hand, like, companies made these tools, you know, and they own them. They spent lots of money and they designed them and they thought of them and they own it. So it's hard to like find the balance. Where is like freedom of speech and like human rights and like ownership of something that you worked hard for? I have a hard time finding what the true answer is here. That's why I like this conversation. I think that this is a conversation that we need to have, and I hope that it goes far into the court system so we can kind of hash it out in the legal side of things. So all in all, it's probably some form of dubious case, but I think it's going to shine light on the hypocrisy of tech giants having legal Section 230 protections while also gatekeeping who gets to be here and exist with everyone. Can't wait to see what happens next. Thank you guys very much for watching another episode of The Feed. I'm Papa Stanimus. I love making these videos for you. Like, subscribe, drop a comment down below with what your thoughts are on this complicated issue, and I'll see you in the next video.